So I recently found a video that's to me is kind of interesting. Well, it's not very interesting, but it's not boring either. Pretty much all videos, I guess. Now that I think about it, but anyway, point aside, I found a video by SolidRev, and this was about like I want to say 3 weeks ago, so almost a month now, and this video has gotten a lot of attention. There's all sorts of video responses and all sorts of responses to it that are, and this video itself has turned into this huge discussion, and honestly, it's a discussion I support. So I kind of just want to give my, uh, I just kind of want to give my thoughts on the whole discussion and just add in, the thing. So this isn't really much of a video response to SolidRev, uh, as it is just telling everyone my story with gaming. Now, SolidRev's video is titled "Am I a Loser for Playing Video Games?" and he talks about how he just has this subconscious feeling uh, that uh, him playing video games as his hobby will is kind of just embarrassing for him, since he grew up in a era or time when gaming as an adult was not very looked up on. It was pretty looked down upon at the time. Uh, so that's where he comes from. So all things considered, I can understand, which is something that I feel like most people on the planet just seem to lack that ability, just the lack of general understanding. Uh, Now, I'm not talking from experience because I'm going to get into that. So, uh, as it stands now, I am 17 years old. I am still a senior in high school. In fact, this is my senior year. Uh, and in this video, I'm just going to talk about just my uh, just how I feel about gaming as a whole and just my life story about gaming. And this is something that I don't generally open up about. None. I don't think I ever told my friends this story yet. So shit. I wonder. I wonder if that says something about me as a person. But anyway, so as you guys know, I'm 17 years old. I just mentioned that. I the first games that I gotta back up again. My father is kind of a gamer, but he's kind of not. In real life, uh, I'm not going to give away his job and all that kind of stuff, but I will say that uh, no, he's good at what he does, if you ask me. But for his hobby, he does like to play video games. So, uh, and believe me, once if me and my dad can actually play video games, it's actually a great time because it's one of the things that we really get along with. And honestly, I hate to say it, but and I don't even know if he watches my videos, but I do know that he's aware of my channel. That aside, uh, I would always like to play games with him, video games, but I don't. Our relationship is not the best. Uh, and honestly, it's like not bad either, but that's off the thing. Anyway, uh, so I as a kid, uh, and when I mean kid, I mean uh, early school to not even in school, somewhere in that age group. Um, One of the first games that I've ever played is Super Smash Bros. Melee, making me a bit competitive when it comes to sports. And not sports, I don't even like sports. What the hell? Anyway, uh, so I became competitive just a bit in when it came to video games because of Super Smash Bros. Melee. Because I'm not sure if the people who's watching this ever played Super Smash Bros. Melee. It's fast as fuck, guys. Oh god, especially if you've seen Mewtwo King. Oh god, and some other players, Hungrybox, Zero. Or I don't know if he plays Melee, but my point still stands. It's a fun game, and it's like probably my most played game ever. So, needless to say, I have nostalgia towards it. So, anyway, uh, so when I came to school, uh, I I could never actually relate to people, and uh, this has actually gone to the point where I it took me until like eighth or seventh grade actually until I met someone that I truly considered my friend. And what I mean by that is like just truly a friend. Uh, which normally you do that within the first at least couple years of school, but I just never could make relationships like that. And I guarantee you it was not because I played video games, it was just because uh, I'm a very antisocial person. Some of you watching me, I do know in real life, or maybe not know them, but some people who do watch me, I pass you in the halls sometimes because again I am in high school. Uh, so some of my subscribers are high school students as well. But my point is uh, that something that I never really been made public about me is that I'm very not social, and because of this, it has put a damper on me really being friends with people, and uh, that has it really hasn't changed all that much today. Simply because honestly, uh, I most of the friends that I don't consider friends, uh, like kind of friends but not my friends kind of relationship. Uh, just those guys. I've had enough people like that in my life to know that it really does suck because especially in high school when all this high school drama goes on. But anyway, back to the point. So I've never really been uh, social in my life, and I guarantee you that has nothing to do with video games. It, in fact, if I didn't have video games as a hobby, I'd probably be doing something else, and my personality would be no different. I guarantee you that I'd stake my life on that fact. I'm that certain that I'm right on that. Anyway, uh, and then now I'm in high school. It's I've noticed that back when I was in like a younger period in my life, gaming was still like okay. I mean, it wasn't in middle school. It's kind of like uh, it's kind of like oh yeah, we're gonna try to act like grown-ups now, and I never really got why people do that because as far as I'm concerned, you do you, so long as it's not infringing someone's rights. I mean, that's supposed to be the definition of liberty, and that's something that is something that I have uh, just in my U.S. rights. I have the rights to liberty. So I don't know what else to say. So long as you're not, like here's how I view this. So long as you're not doing anything that infringes my rights, I don't care what you do. I mean, you can do some weird shit, and honestly, I won't give a fuck. And honestly, that's how I view it. Just don't infringe my rights, and I'm not going to get up in your ass about it. Uh, anyway, uh, so I'm not very social, and that's something that hasn't really changed to this day. And honestly, I don't think it will ever change because, frankly, I've learned enough about people that I know that I hate them. The general public, man, like the whole third wave feminism and all the Black Lives Matters and this all this SJW bullshit is like insane, and I just don't know how us as a human species haven't decided to just pimp slap these guys. and that's and that's something that will always mind boggle me because I like to think that I'm using common sense. I might be an idiot in thinking that SJWs are idiots, but eh, it's kind of like what they say. Uh, if you're stupid, you're too stupid to know that you're stupid. Circle logic, but so what I'm saying is I might be stupid, but too stupid to know I'm stupid. That might be what's going on with my whole opinions on social justice warriors and all that kind of stuff. But point back and point that point aside, uh, it is kind of it's a bit weird uh, how gaming is is looked down upon more so than just watching a movie, watching a TV show, reading a book, uh, all those kind of things. They're all hobbies. They're designed to be a waste of time because, hey, you got free time, and that's something that I'll never understand. Uh, why people, you know, just judge people based on their hobbies. I mean, you know, card games as a hobby. Go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. Doesn't mean I'm going to start doing card games, but you do you. That's my thoughts on that. And so, if you like to watch movies or watch TV shows uh, just to pass the time, go ahead. Just don't tell me that I'm not allowed to play video games. And frankly, that's all I want to say. Is I never really got why uh, the whole video games are looked down upon, and I never really understood why hobbies that aren't their own, why people look down upon hobbies that aren't their own. I never really understood it, and I probably won't ever. I probably will never understand it. So that's all I want to say. If you guys agree with me, let me know. Thank you guys, and but geez.